Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ken, also known as the Pop Air here on the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing my highlighter collection. Okay, when I first had this idea of doing my highlighter collection, I thought I only had like 5. But then I looked again, I definitely have more than 5. So let's start off first with powder highlighters and then we'll move on to like cream liquids and yeah, let's start. Okay, let's start off first with probably the first highlighter I ever owned. This one is by MAC and this is from the Champale collection like a few years back. Now this is quite old, I have to admit, but it hasn't gone crusty or anything, so I'm still keeping it. And even if it does go that way, I'm keeping it because it's my first love, like my first highlighter love. So the formulation of this one, this was way back when, before highlighters became like a huge thing. It's a very pale, like almost dark white with a hint of champagne highlighter. So I'm just going to swatch that on my arm. It's a little bit, it's more cool than anything. That is a horrible place to swatch. I'm a horrible blogger, but as you guys can see, it's not very bright, which is why I never really used to use it as often. My next love, now this one has probably got to be the one that I kind of didn't really appreciate in the beginning, and then when the highlighter trend became like boom, the big thing. Mary Lou, love you. Okay, so I'm not going to show it to you guys here. Here's a photograph of how it looks like, because it is smashed. And I don't really want to do the alcohol method because I don't really like that, in the sense that my products will start to smell of that alcohol and it's just not going to look pretty. So it's a little bit more gold compared to the Chez one. So again, this is a horrible place to swatch. I'm a horrible blogger. As you guys can see, it's more opaque and it's definitely more shiny. And I'll have photos on the blog down in the description box down below. There's going to be a link if you guys would like to see stills. But yeah, there you guys go. Okay, and one that I bought last year, and it's from a collection. This one is from MAC as well. This one is the Oh Darling Extra Dimension Skin Finish. As you guys know, very hyped highlighter, and it pretty much went out of stock really quick. Okay, so as you guys can see, well used already. Definitely more gold compared to Mary Lou. Like, Mary Lou's more like a champagne gold. And this one is definitely more of a true gold. Oh, so pretty. Love it. This one is one that I tend to use more these days because I still have a hint of a tan, but during the peak of summer, this was thebomb.com that I used to use all the time. One that I've been wearing more on the daily, and it's more, I think, more flattering on my skin tone at the moment because, again, it's in between those two colours, is by W7. This one's the Glowcomotion highlighter. It's basically a highlighter and eyeshadow. I've done a video of this, so if you guys are interested, it should be linked on the screen. And I'd say it's more of the in-between, like it's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's more of a champagne colour. If you guys will notice, a lot of these highlighters tend to be more champagne golden because that's what suits my skin tone. So let's do this. So here's the swatch photo. As you guys can see, it's probably a little bit more in between the two. Like, it looks more like Mary Lou in the sense that it's like that color range, but it's still got a hint of warmth through it, so it's not too bad. But again, like, look at that, look at those highlighters, so pretty. This one tends to be a little bit chalkier, so you just need to blend it a tiny bit more, but you know, otherwise, girl, that's pretty. This one is actually a trio by Rimmel London. This one is the Rimmel London Coral Glow Sculpting Palette. By the way, I love this palette. I love the blush, I love the highlighter, not this one so much, but you know, there's a video there if you guys would like to know more about it. This one is more of a neutral champagne colour, and like with the W7, it's a bit more on the chalky side, so you have to be a bit careful with it, but nothing like a little setting spray can't remedy. And yeah, you definitely need a little bit more product, but yeah. For a trio, can you see it? It's right there. For a trio, it's not too bad. Like, for an everyday highlight, I think this is good, but for glamorous highlights, obviously the previous ones I showed, probably a little bit more. But definitely, you can definitely build that up as well to get somewhat like, I don't know, like W7, I suppose. Next, I've got two Nix Illuminators. Now, I think the first one I ever owned was Chaotic, and I do have to admit I used to use this as a blush because I thought it was a blush, and I thought it was just like a shimmery blush. But you know, you can use it obviously as that, but I use it as a highlighter these days. So it reminds me of Niall's Orgasm, where it's got like a warmish pink with flecks of gold, but more obvious flecks of gold, but nonetheless really, really pretty. So let's watch that. Swatched it on my hand. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there you go. It's got a nice shine to it. So for those of you guys that prefer highlighters with a little bit of a blush tone to it, definitely check this one out. Like, obviously the swatch looks a little bit more pink, but when you apply it like with a fan brush or a normal if you use a brush, it diffuses and it looks more of a highlighter than anything else, which is why I used to pack it on and I looked like a shimmer ball because I needed to see that colour. Okay, another one that I got is Narcissistic. This one is definitely more peach compared to the other one. The other one's more pink. This one's a true peach colour. Similar again, it's got flecks of shimmer. As you guys can, I don't know if you guys can see, it's really, really pretty. Now this one in the pan can kind of look a little bit chalky, like the powder itself looks chalky, but when you apply it onto the skin, it's got this nice metallic sheen, so it's really, really nice, really, really pretty. I'd actually use that as an eyeshadow as well. It's really pretty. There you guys go. Definitely got more of an intense glow because it is lighter compared to the other one. Next, moving on, I've got 3 cream liquid products. Let's start off first with this eyeshadow pencil. Now, it is an eyeshadow pencil, but I tend to use this as a highlighter. I'm going to use it on my other hand. This one is the Covergirl Flamed Out Shadow Pencil. And let's see, what colour is this? Oh, I don't know what the colour is, sorry guys. But it's definitely more of like this metallic, I'd say like pearly pink colour. So there you guys go. I built it up a little bit for you guys, but how I'd normally wear this is just a tiny bit like on the tops of the cheeks, a little bit on the centre bit of the nose. Again, it's a little bit more pink, a little bit cold, so that's why I don't really use it as often, but it works. I can still work with it. I generally just use my beauty blender and then just kind of like smudge it out a bit, and it's got that nice iridescent glow. Maybe if I can do that with my finger. Yeah. Got a nice metallic iridescent glow. Very subtle, I suppose, not like the powder highlighters, which is why, again, I don't use it as often. Next one is this e.l.f. Shimmering Face Wip. I briefly used this when I was back in high school, but I used to use it as like something you mix into your foundation to give an illuminated glow. I didn't know that you could just, you know, pinpoint strategically apply it to get a highlight, but, you know, we learn. I don't actually know what colour this one is again. I'll have the names of the products down in the description box. I'm terrible at this, sorry guys. So this one is, again, more of like a peachy colour with gold flecks to it. Definitely shake that up a bit more before you apply it. But there you guys go, can you see it? It's got a nice wet look. I mean, that's the thing with liquid and cream highlighters, they definitely look more glossy. So if you guys are looking for that nice glossy highlighter look, definitely look into this one. Again, e.l.f. is very, very affordable. Now this one is by Rimmel London. Now this one I think just came out here in Australia like a few months or something. This one is the Good to Glow Piccadilly Glow Highlighter. They've got a champagne one. Again, if I had a choice, I would have gotten the champagne one, but I got this on an ASOS and this was the only shade available and I was so desperate to try it. So this one is pretty much like the e.l.f. one, where it's more glossy shine more than anything else. It's a coral colour. That's a horrible, horrible place to swatch. So it does have a bit of a colour. I think with someone with a fairer complexion it might show up, but on my complexion not so much. So it's right there on the knuckles, guys. Horrible, horrible place to swatch. So yeah, there you guys go. Those are my highlighters. Again, if you guys would like to see swatches, stills, definitely head down to my blog. The link will be down in the description box down below. If it's not up by then, just check back in a few weeks or there'll be an annotation on the screen when it's up. So yeah, there you guys go. Hopefully you guys found this helpful and, you know, enjoyed it. Don't forget to thumbs up the video and tell me down in the comment box down below what is your favourite highlighter. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!